If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life.
Hey, if you're here, it's because you are thinking about starting a design business, which I commend you on. It is a very fun place to be. I love being a designer, and I just think there is so much good that comes out of those of us who are designers. We produce beautiful things. We're putting it in the marketplace. There are customers who are loving it. And it really is just a wonderful career choice. So I thought today we could talk about how you can start your design business, right? So many times I'm seeing designers who are kind of getting started, and it's almost like they're waffling around. They can't quite figure out what they're doing. So I'm hoping some of the strategic advice I give you today will help you as you're getting started. I have just been running into a lot of designers who, we'll get into it and you'll see what I'm saying, because it's kind of, I feel like they're not serving themselves, and I really want you to get started really just having a clear path, okay? So the first thing I want to tell you is I think you do have to have a little bit of humility getting started. The first designs will not be that good, and you're going to produce as much as you can. I'm actually listening to a book right now, and it's about video making. And the book was saying your first 100 videos on YouTube will be the worst. They're going to be horrible. And you just need to start producing them. And that's the way I feel about design work. Your first 100 designs, truthfully, probably more than that, will just not be that good. They will be the worst, and you need to keep going. I talked to someone who was in a design boot camp who said they had 200 designs and they hadn't made any money, and they just didn't know if design really worked or wasn't working for them. And I was thinking it's like the thumbnail exercise that we do in our Design on Fire class, which is like it takes 50 to 100 thumbnails just to kind of get going, not even to get good, just to get going. So if you have 200 designs and you think that's the end of all, then we've got an issue, right? I always tell people I have somewhere between 10 and 15,000 designs, okay? That's mostly just in SVG files. Like that's not even in fabric designs or collections I've done in scrapbooking or any other number of things I've designed for, and I've done quite a bit of freelance work over the years as well. And sometimes I truly feel like I'm still just getting into my stride. Like, here we go. This is going to be my best design ever. So it is always surprising to me that these designers don't have the humility to see that there's so much further they need to go. And if you're someone like that, you've produced 1,000 designs and you're like, I don't understand why I'm still not making money. You just haven't produced enough design work. That's really, really the core of it. And I suspect you don't have any mentorship. So you don't have someone helping coach you to get you to the place that you need to be so that your critiques are better and that you are much better at the actual design work. I'm also surprised in design boot camps. The other thing I will hear is we get a lot of people who have graphic design degrees. I love that. I really love that because I have multiple graphic design degrees, and I really think that when you get that, you get a really amazing core base. So one of the things I will hear is, because in Design Suite we have two pieces of the program. We have the coursework, which is 17 courses, and then we have all this like meetings, mentorships, coaching. It's phenomenal. So I will hear them say, well, I don't need any of the coursework. I just need the mentoring. And that's when I know there's actually going to be an issue, that's not a good person for my program. Because if you think you know it all and you don't need the coursework, then like you're not going to get very much from the mentoring as well. We need people who, or I love having people in my program who understand that they need to learn more. I'm always surprised. Like I'm in a mastermind right now. It's a business mastermind, and I am when I go to one of these, like a retreat, and I'm learning all this stuff, I am scribbling a gazillion notes, like just millions of notes of all the things I need to do better, be better, help my team, all that good stuff. And I'll be sitting next to someone and they'll be like, I didn't really get that much out of this. And all I think is, and usually there's someone who's making half what I make, as just a designer, let alone my entire several businesses. And I almost just want to be like, if you are not teachable, that is on you, right? One of the things I pride myself on is that I am teachable. And if someone tells me something I'm doing wrong, I want to fix it, or I want to figure out how I can make it better. And those are the best designers out there. I've been doing this now for 14 years, and I still feel like, how can I get better? How can my next line be phenomenal? What can I do to bring something different to the table? And I'm always thinking like that. You should be thinking like that too, okay? And if you are starting a business right now, it's all of these things, like feeling like, oh, I don't need more coursework. Oh, I don't need mentoring. Oh, I don't need the inside scoop. Oh, I don't need accountability. It's when we start saying those things and we stop being teachable that starting a design business is really just more about your ego than about making money, making it a lifestyle, making it a career, right? Which I'm here for the people who want to make it their career. Like they want to own a design business because it's something that lights them up and they want to move forward, okay? So if you're starting a design business right now, the number one thing I can tell you is have humility and figure out what is missing in your business. Figure out what's missing in your business. Because if you're not fixing the things that you're missing in your business, then you're not going to change and it's not going to move forward, okay? So humility, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but honestly, I think it's the thing that keeps a wall up for most designers. All right, so what else do you need? If you're starting a design business right now, if you've been to a boot camp, you know that I tell you, you've got to have distribution. So you can design all you want, but if you are selling on your own website and you don't have much of an audience, you're not going to sell much, even if you're a phenomenal designer. And that always makes me sad when I see phenomenal designers on their own website going, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, it's really obvious. You don't have an audience. You're not paying for ads. So you got to go find someone who does have an audience, right? So you need to find distribution. So that's the number one thing I'm going to tell you. Like, have humility. Go find some distribution. And the last thing I'm going to tell you to do is design every day so that you can become the best at what you do. And I just did an accelerated workshop on this. Becoming the best at what you do is huge. And it's all about mindset. And I just keep running into it over and over again. And I even hate talking about mindset because this is all about design. But what I see over and over and over again, the designers who make it, they're teachable. They are willing to invest in themselves. They are moving forward. They've got a design plan. There's a straight shot there. The designers, and you have to really look deep in yourself to know whether this is you or not. But the designers who are unwilling to figure out a way to get the education they need, right? It's like going to college, right? We've got to get the education that will make us designers. Second of all, they think that they have done it all, they know it all, and they don't need help. They don't need mentorship. They don't need new coursework that's going to propel them forward. Like, we have people who take courses in the 17 course program over again. Like, they're taking the same course over and again because they're like, oh, I think I could say this in my sleep, but I need this one thing and I need to do it. And this is the course that's going to help me, right? I know I do the same. Like, I want to learn. I'm going to learn what I need to learn, right? And I don't know everything about design. We have new programs show up all the time, new things that happen in the programs. I don't know how many times Illustrator on the iPad has updated, and it just came out in October of 2020, so it's already updated, and I'm learning it with everybody else, right? So there are things we have to do. We have to continually be teachable, okay? So humility, distribution, freaking design every day, you guys. I know you hear me say it over and over again. Are you designing every day? If you are not, figure out a way to get some design in your life. It will make you happier. It will make you more creative. It just will light you up. If this is what you're meant to do with your life, it will light you up. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today, and I hope I get to see you soon.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.